Friday has been very, very busy with both sides, that is the Democrats and Republicans, trading letters, insinuations, and theories, which we need to take a look at in some detail, because we are detailing two things. One is the letter that Donald Trump was supposedly have written to Epstein on his 50th birthday. And Wall Street Journal has released this letter, and I don't subscribe to them, so I have just got the summary of what it is. And basically, Wall Street Journal claims that Trump seems to acknowledge what Epstein used to do. So here are what they are saying. So this is supposed to be a leather-bound birthday book he got for his 50th birthday, Epstein, and this was in 2003. And the cover is a little salacious, sketches of naked women and letters from billionaires. And it says that Donald Trump also wrote a letter. And the insinuations are like this. These are allegations, because I have not read it, so I'm just going to tell you what was then. So evidently, Trump wrote in this letter to Epstein sentences that were dripping in secrets. And they're giving some examples. We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Enigmas never age. May every day be another wonderful secret. Now, when Trump was confronted by the Wall Street Journal with this letter, he basically said, he flipped out and he said, I'm going to sue you guys. But Wall Street Journal has taken a calculated risk here. They probably went back to their legal division to find out if it is true. If it is true, then let's put it out. So they have launched this salvo. The problem with Wall Street Journal is lately their credibility has been going down. How many actual readers are going to read it and believe them, and how many are just going to toss it in the can, is something that we'll have to see in the days and weeks to come. Now, while all this is happening on one side, there is a report by the DNI, that is Director of in National Investigation, that is Tulsi Gabbard, 115-page document, which talks about the involvement of several Democrats, including an ex-CIA chief and an ex-FBI chief. Now, what happens is, this is a 115-page document, and right now social media is completely filled with people taking all these passages and saying, here is the involvement of X, here is the involvement of Y, here is the involvement of Z, and so on and so forth. So what we did was, okay, let's go and find out what Grok has to say about it. How many of these things are actually true, or how many of them are connecting the dots by intelligence groups of different, three-letter varieties: CIA, FBI, DNI, this, that, and so on and so forth. So the conclusion of what this Grok analysis is, I'm going to read that out so that you kind of understand what is going on, and then we'll analyze the whole reason for why this thing is going back and forth in such furious pace. So here are the key takeaways. Vote hacking, no evidence of successful vote manipulation. Russia's role focused on perception warfare, not vote changes. Obama administration, no proven subversion, coordinated assessments instead. Leaks by DNC, 𝗏𝗏𝗏. DNC is Democratic National Convention. Likely Russia, but confidence levels vary. And in 2025 framing, the title of the document overstates the actual gun. It contains no smoking gun. So here is the contextual insight, because this is sort of like, somebody who's looking at it from an independent point of view says, the document reveals process, not conspiracy. It reads like an internal response to emerging threats. Agencies disagreed over how to frame Russia's actions, and some wanted language softened, especially the FBI. There is clear bureaucratic diligence, but no hidden plot to unseat Trump. This is contextual insight. Again, this is all Grok. I'm not making this up. Then the conclusion is, despite the dramatic title, the contents largely reflect an intelligence community wrestling with uncertainty in real time during 2016. It does not show illegal activity or definitive efforts by President Obama to subvert Trump's election. Okay, so this is what that Grok is saying about this entire 115-page document. So people are getting from both sides, right? One side is accusing Trump, the other side is saying, okay, this is all these guys, they are all in it. They have named Comey, they have named Brennan. Brennan was the then CIA director and Comey was the FBI director. Actually, Comey continued during the first few months of Trump's presidency and he got fired. Now, Comey is a person who twice investigated Hillary Clinton's emails which were on a personal server, and the second one was so close to the election that many say that it was the second investigation of Comey that led to Hillary Clinton losing. Now, take a step back, folks. If Comey was political and he was siding with the Democrats, then why would he order the second investigation? So there is a documentary about Comey's term as the FBI director. I think it's in Netflix. If it's not in Netflix, it will be in Amazon. Those are the only two OTTs that I watch. The whole thing is listed about what Comey's tenure was and what happened and so on and so forth. Now, there is another ex-FBI director who was asked to investigate the entire RussiaGate, and that guy also gave here and there wishy-washy, that sort of stuff. The truth remains that even though the Democrats tried to impeach Trump, I think they tried 5 times or something like that. It's a ridiculously high number of times. They never could prove that Trump stole the 2016 elections using Russia's help. Although there is evidence that Cambridge Analytica was used to try and target messaging for various Facebook groups and so on, pages and so on and so forth. But that doesn't prove that Russia actually aided and abetted in this. At that time, the rules for advertising on social media were much more relaxed. Then in 2020, everything was tightened up. So if you were going to promote a candidate, you would have to first declare yourself that you are actually doing a political endorsement and that this is a political page, and you have to get a permission. So those sort of things happened in 2020. And the 2020 elections being subverted, well, officially nobody has admitted that it has been subverted. However, people, including myself, I'm trying to get my book, have written connecting the dots on what really happened during the few days and weeks leading up to the coronation of Joe Biden as the president between November 2020 and January 2021. A lot of things happened, and I tried to connect the dots, and it's also based on some documents released. And in the 2020 election, was that rigged? There were 2 agencies that said were not rigged, but one said yes, they were rigged, and the one that said they was rigged was DNI, Department of National Intelligence, which is what Tulsi Gabbard is the head now. So all these things happened. The thing is that the world's most powerful democracy, its election system has become a laughing stock. That's all I can say. Oh, okay, so let's take a step back. Trump is under intense fire for not releasing Epstein files. That is going on one side. On the other side, they wanted to hit back at the Democrats, so they have released this 115-page report from the Republicans. So between the two, somewhere we have to find clarity. What exactly is going on? Now, I am being told again and again and that there is an even bigger investigation that's going to be launched about the role of various entities in politics of United States, how they interfere. And that might bring out a lot more truths, and that's why Epstein files was not really pushed out, but this one is a superset of that, and therefore that might come out. But until we see it, we can't say that yes, there is some truth in it or not. In fact, there are rumors that Gaetz, the guy who was to have become the Attorney General and who stepped down, might be the special prosecutor to look into that. That's another thread that is running. In the meantime, today it is expected that Donald Trump would sign the Genius Act into law. And This is something that I had talked to you about, stable coins, things like Tether, for example, which is going to peg one coin to $1. And Tether already has subscriptions all over the world. So basically, it's like carrying $1 in your wallet, except the wallet is on your phone, not in your pocket. So you don't have to physically carry dollars. You'll just have your phone. And inside that, you will have an electronic wallet, and you would have Tether, which would be basically legal tender, like $1. $1 is equal to one coin. And you can use it anywhere in the world as long as the seller is accepting Tether. So this is the idea here. How this is going to change world finance? Well, it is a new generation of MasterCard, Visa card, if you will, except that it continues to hold the US dollar as the reference. So this is US's way of trying to push back at the de-dollarization efforts, I think. And we have to wait and see how this plays out. But Tether has been on a tear lately. They have been very profitable. They are having a lot of customers adding every month. So clearly, whoever is already there is using it. They must be liking it, because some things like this basically spread by word of mouth. So we'll have to wait and see how this goes, viewers. That's all I have. And Modi ji, there's some interesting comments here. I'm just going to drop off after that. Long live P Gurus. Thank you so much, Varga64. Mangala Raj wants to know, Modi ji is also on the Epstein list. No, Modi ji was still busy with Gujarat politics at that time. Dex wants to know, midnight live. Yes, indeed, for India it is midnight. It was too important for me to not talk about it, although many of you have probably gone to sleep. This is, in my opinion, this is just managing the media. Not much is going to come out of either side. Trump thought that if he strongly endorses Pamela Bondi, that the things will go away, but it is not going away. Joe Rogan also is saying that there is something there, it needs to come out. So the last word is not said on the Epstein files, and the last word is not also said on the RussiaGate. We'll have to wait and see how these things play out. At this point of time, it is accusations and counter accusations. And the 115-page report has a lot of redactions. So if you have so much redactions, how can one make sense of the report? This is something I'm genuinely asking. I'm just saying, okay, so if I have so many redactions, how can I really make a conclusion one way or the other? So Vargo has an interesting question here. Are you able to get even with expenses versus subscriptions? Good question. We are always on the edge in that, and we would love. That's why we say don't even have to give us any money by way of donations. If you can just like our videos, we know we have unique content. I mean, look at it. I mean, all the channels that you are probably watching other than P Gurus, how many of them have come up with what is happening in the United States? Because this is going to affect us. And the next few videos that you're going to see over the next few days, I have given so many different things that are happening right now, because India is on the verge of signing the trade deal, but somehow, somewhere, US is bringing on a lot of pressure to make India accept something that India is not willing to accept. I don't know what that is. And for that, a lot of things are coming out. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out. Certainly, India has been very mature in this. They are not, dropping any hints. No innuendos. The only thing I saw was at one point of time, 𝗪𝗟 𝗍𝗪 said that, look, I'm not coming to America anytime soon. And then the next day you could see him on the Dal Lake. But then he is in US right now. So something is cooking, guys. Over the weekend, we might expect something to happen. That could be an interim trade deal with India. And we'll see. There's also other things that I'm going to put out about the sanctions on Russia, which could still end up affecting India, regardless of the trade deal. Trade deal is just an overall, like a canvas. I don't think that would cover every instantiation of things, such as the Russia oil. I've got another monologue coming on that one. So stay tuned for that. It will come out in the next couple of days, if not sooner. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.